There. Hi there. I'm going to get my chat over here so I can. All right. Let's see. Where's Mummy Ramblings? Mummy Ramblings. Here you are. Pictures. They've posted graduation pictures. Okay, Mummy Ramblings is here.
We built Karen's bags on one simple idea. Make bags that matter. No shortcuts, no fake leather.
Okay, here we are. Now, we are going. All right, so I've got you here. All right. Hi, Rosalita. How are you? How's it going? Let's get you. I'm going to move my machine back. Let me move this chat up here. Oh, I have a little stand. Let me put my little stand up here. Okay. I always do that. Okay. If I put, why does that do that? I'd love to know that, you know? I think I know why, because it's got to go this way. It always seems that it should go the other way. Okay. I got that. Got my chat. Let me move this machine closer. Now, let me move. Okay, so here's the machine. Here's my hands. And yes, this is paint on my hands. So they'll say, it's not paint on her hands. She's got dirt. Yes, I have dirt under my hand nails. Yeah, you're right. Oh, yeah, okay. Okay, anyway, I want to go and see. I got this thing for the featherweight. So let's take a look at this. This is supposed to be, since you've seen me. Oh, wait, let me shut the volume on this. I'm sorry, I'm probably echoing. Okay. Hi, Linda. So I got this. And what you do here, there's little holes. And I put my walking foot. So this walking foot is another thing I bought from the Featherweight shop, which I absolutely love. They never charge you for shipping, no matter what you get. And they give you such great, the Featherweight shop, great. So the Featherweight shop, this is their accurate seam square. And this right here is their seam guide. So you put this on here, and what you do is then you have this, okay? So then you pick up your foot. We got our foot up. Let's pick up our needle. And what you do is say you want a half, where's my half inch? Right over here. Okay. So what we do, is this up? Now wait a second. How do I do this? Let me see. I wonder if I can, is my walking foot too low to do that? Because I'm supposed to put my needle, I'm supposed to put my needle in here, and then that's going to tell me the accurate thing. And then I take this, right, and I slide this over like that to the, then I have an accurate, because for some reason they say it's not accurate. So I have to push that over, but I have to put my needle in the 1/2 inch seam guide. So that's down here, but for some reason, maybe I said I'm just being too gentle. That's what I'm doing. I've got to just make sure that, okay. Then if I put that down in the hole, right, where's the hole? Okay, right there. Let's see if it got it. I don't know. It wants to keep pushing. guy makes it look super duper easy on YouTube, right? There's 1/2 inch. Okay. I can see that it's right there. There. Okay. So then I have to push that over to there, tighten that. And then I can take this out. That's right in the 1/2 inch. I can take this out now. Okay. And so that's supposed to be my true 1/2 inch. But I don't want 1/2 inch. I want 1/4 inch. So I don't know why I did 1/2 inch. What am I doing? I don't know. So we have to change this to right over here. Okay, there it is in there. So then we open this up again. And we push that over. Okay, now we can take this out again. And this then is the 1/4 inch. This is the 1/4 inch seam guide. Does that make sense to everybody? Okay, so hopefully that makes sense to you guys. But let me cut that. So let's take a look about how that works, right? Hold on, where's my, I had my thing. Oh, and let me look, why did my iPad, what happened to my iPad? Why did you do that, iPad? It goes after my thing so fast. Okay. Hi, Linda. Yes, perfect. Good. Grandmother taught me how to sew on an old-fashioned machine with the manual foot pedal. That's great, Rosalita. I just got off the phone with my daughter-in-law, and I said to her, I'm going to go do some sewing. And she said, my daughter-in-law to be, and she said, oh, you know, Carlin, I have to learn how to sew because that would really be helpful to me. I have to get some things done with her clothing. So we're going to go be doing that. Her and I are going on a trip soon. We're going to take you on an adventure. Okay. So now next, let's see what we're going to do. I have brought some little material squares. Where did I put those? I was making those little quilt as you go. Oh, here it is, mug rug things. But I just want to see how the 1/4 inch works. So let me just get these little, I have these little just little things here. So I'm going to see if we can. Yes, dear.
I got 10 ears of corn, 20 cents each.
You got 10 ears of corn.
Yep.
Okay.
That's 5 for you, 5 for me. None for the kids. No. Kids, that's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Usually they're like $1 each, you know. So we should have something more, you know. Let's go with it.
Okay.
So I'll pick up something when I take.
All right, let's try.
Good night, I love you.
Good night, I love you. Okay, let me see here. Let's try. He's not going to bed yet. Let's try this. That the kids, they say goodnight 50 times and they're down. This one. What do I need for a quilt square? Like not I'm just going to make just a quilt block. Let's want some light and dark, right? You know, this is just practice. But we're just going to practice the 1/4 inch. We'll do some 1/4 inch seams here. Let's see what okay, let's try this out. Let's take this one, and and this one, right? And so you're going to put your like sides together. Put it over here like this. Put your like sides together. Put down your, I have my walking foot on. I got a walking foot for this machine. Now where's my foot pedal? There it is down here. Okay. How come this doesn't feel like, I don't feel like that's down there. Why does it feel like that? It didn't feel like that before. Oh, I think it's this thing that's holding it up. That's a problem. Now look at that. What do I do about that, Linda? This is saying my 1/4 inch seam is there, but it holds my foot up. Let me see if it's just a smidgy. I can move it over. That's not good. How could that be, Linda? I'm going to have to see. Now it goes down. So that doesn't make any sense. That's not making sense. Okay, well, I'll put it as close as I can, but that doesn't really make proper sense, right? If I can't put my walking foot down, then I don't know how much good this is. And my walking foot is from the Featherweight shop too. There, my walking foot goes down now. I'm just going to have to keep it like that. We'll see what that gets us. Where's my little doohickey? Oh, and I have that stitch in the ditch, whatever that came with my walking foot too, and I found out about that. Okay, so I'd say I'm just going to go right here. I think that's my, I don't know, I think that's my 1/4 inch seam. All right. But now, see, it's still not letting it, there we go. It was still not letting it come down properly. Let's see what happens. Where's my, uh-oh, my, see, my thing came undone. I knew that was going to happen, right? How come I can't find my little, okay, hold on. All right, so we've got to go down and go in here. Then we come down and go in here. Then we come around and go down in there. And then I always give it a fresh cut. And you always go from right to left. I just don't know why the I have to clean the glasses. Hold on a second. These glasses are so crazy. Let me do this. And why is my iPad not staying on the chat? I'm getting really angry with my iPad. Please stop, Mr. iPad. Mr. iPad. Stop that. Now it's saying back online like it was offline. I don't know. Okay, where's my thing? Just, now I've got, seems like my eyes can see better. But something happened. This just came out of here. There we go. Come over here. This the camera tripod is in my way. This is not good. I have to see where my little hole is here. I think I have it. I think I have it. Yes, okay. There we go. All right, let's try this again. So we're gonna go here for a 1/4 inch seam. Let's see if this will work now, right? Uh-oh, we got, why is this doing this? It's not done this for me before, and now it wants to be a little brat. I think it's getting stuck now under the, I wonder if it was doing that stupid thing. Look, now I got a big thing. Hold on a minute. See, Linda, it's not just you. It's me too. It doesn't want to perform. Okay, let's get that out. I know how to do a lot of things with this machine. I've taken the bobbin case out. I've gotten knots out behind the bobbin case. Okay, put that back there. Let's try this again. So we're not quitters. So that's something we are not, as a quitter. Okay. All right, let's try this again. Sure, we're all good here. Okay, we did it. So let's see. Cut this, and let me cut this, and I'll show you the seam. There's our seam. So then what you do is you open this, and you can press that, or you can just finger press that, and you go on to your next. But it's a little book. So then our next, let's see, our next thing would be, if we were going to, let me see here, take this, and then what we do, we open the one side. Let me remember how to do this. And I go, I don't want to do that because it's light, and I believe I do this, right? And then I would have 3 across. That's what we do there. Pretty sure that's what we do. Okay, and this machine sews really fast too. So, and it's very, very straight. My needle just came undone. I'm gonna let it pass through. That's not good. Sometimes it does that, and it means I have to, I'm gonna redo the whole thing when I do that. Let me see. Let me get this. Where did I put my scissor? I'm like Bucky Ann, right? I have something and it's right in front of me, and then it's not there anymore. Okay, and then my iPad just keeps shutting off. I gotta have Luke come down and do this. Blocks, yeah, just blocks, right, Linda? But my needle keeps coming undone, Linda. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do the whole shebang again. I'm gonna undo the entire thing and redo it completely from the get-go. Not from the get-go, but from the get-go. Okay, so we're gonna go first through here. Oh, I don't know if you can see me here. Let me pull this over here. First we go through that little hook, right? Then we've got to go around this, and it has to click in there like that. This goes down there, this goes there. Then we're going to pull that up to the upright position, and we're going to put this in this hole right here. Okay. That feels right, right? Then we go down here. We go into this little doohickey right there. It is very hard for me to do this with this. So I have a big tripod that I can't move my arm. I have to find a better way to do this. That's supposed to go into there, but it's not letting it go into there. Now, what am I missing now? I don't know. Maybe I have to go on this side. No, it's supposed to go around there. It feels really tight. I wonder if my tension is... I think my tension is too tight, you know? I don't know what's going on. Got strings all over my pants. Okay, now let's try this again. It's supposed to go right into there. There, we got it. Okay. Now we go around here and then we go into here, right there. And now I'm going to give it a fresh cut. But again, I want to make sure that, where is, Bucky Ann, where did I put my scissor? And why is my chat keep, Luke? Lucas, I need, where did I put my scissor? Oh, it must be over here. No kidding. Okay. So let me give it an angle cut. Hey, Luke. Did I get that? Okay, that went through very easy. All right, but it feels tight. I don't know. I hope that, why does it feel so tight? I'm afraid to do that because it feels so tight, but okay, maybe it's not. Maybe it's not. Let me see. Hey, Luke. Luke. Yeah. Can you come here for 1 second, please? Yeah, I'm coming. Hold on. Thank you. Okay, now let me get this. Let me just take out this stitch. Now we'll start over again. I need you to fix my iPad. Okay, I'm over here. Okay. I'm scared, you know, because I don't want to, I don't want it to break again. Oh, you know what I found out? Oh, I almost forgot to tell you the little thing. Someone said, if I forget what it is, that put your needle in your fabric first, and it does something. Okay. Okay. All right. Can you figure out my laptop? I mean, my iPad keeps going off. Like it keeps I want to keep it on my chat so I can talk to people, and it keeps shutting off. Yeah, and then it goes back to my home screen.
You got to touch it, right?
Yeah, I have to. Yeah, can you fix that?
Yeah, probably.
Thank you. Okay. So then this, I'm just gonna pull this. Out. And let me trim this. Okay. So then this is what we have. 3 squares together. So what I'm going to do is now, let me find which one I want to use here.
I'm trying to see something.
Okay. I want to get this here, guys. Let's see, we'll use this one. So I want to use this one. So then if I want to go here,
All right.
you fixed it?
Yeah. It's auto lock, just so you know.
What do you mean it's auto locked?
It's called auto lock. You find in settings and you go to auto lock.
So now it's going to stay on the
It
chat?
was on 2 minutes. It probably took like 2 minutes for it to turn off, right? Around 2 minutes, and then
Yeah, it was less than 2
I
minutes.
put it
So.
on never. So
All right.
it should work.
All right, thank you.
Okay,
Good night, love you. Okay, good night. Okay, now I've got it there. So 9 blocks, Linda says. All right, but Linda, now look. I've got 3, okay? When I want to attach my one up here, is this what I do? I sew these like sides together and then it'll open like that? Is that correct? Or should I sew another 3 blocks and put the 3 blocks all on together? What should I do? Should I do it separately or should I do 3 blocks and put the 3 blocks on in one unit? Do you know what I mean? What should I do? Let me see.
Is it working, Mom?
Yeah, thank you.
It's good?
Yep, it's good.
All right.
What should I do, Linda? Should I sew the three by themselves and then put the 3 to the 3? Or should I put it on like this? Just the one? Okay, but then if I do that, okay, I see. All right, well, we'll see what happens, right? What's going to happen? We're going to sew along. We're going to sew along this one. All right. We're going to sew along here. Right? Right. Put my needle down. Put your foot down. Put your needle down. Okay. Put it on. So, okay. All right, Linda, what's the worst that's going to happen, right? Yeah, I think I'm getting stuck. Ugh. You know what? My needle just came undone. What's the worst that's going to happen? But I think that's happening from something from the tension. So let me pull this out. No problem. We're learning. So it's all learning experience. It's okay. So we had like something happen here. What is going on here? This came out. This is supposed to go like that. Let's put this up here. This goes into here. Like that. Goes down here like that. Comes around here like, get over there like that. Right? Bring it down here. Like that. And then we're going to want to make our needle get in the upright position, put this down. And hold on a sec. Where's our little... I should get an award for working with this tripod in my way because I can't even put my head where I need my head to be. Hold on, let me move this a little bit so I can maybe see what I'm doing. No. Okay. I can see through this side better. Oh. All right, let me see this. All righty, get over here. Get over here. I've got to get a good grip on this. Okay. I have these little tiny things that are supposed to also my brother's sewing machine, not my brother, has an automatic needle thing, but I like my featherweight. There it is. Okay. All right, we got it. We got it. Now let's please hope that you are going to be nice to me, right? Right. All right. Now, where's my material is over here. Let me make sure my threads are out. We don't want, because if you have like a lot of loose threads, that's how you get threads behind the bobbin. Okay. Make sure everything is kosher. All right, I'm going to go here. Okay. Put our foot down. We're going to put our needle. Yeah. Why is it always scary? Oh no, please don't. What did you do? What is up with this? It's not, my needle's still there, so, I mean, my needle's still threaded, so what happened? See, my bobbin now is giving me an issue. It's giving me a nest, Linda. I'm going to have to go to the feather people on my group and say, what's happening? What is happening? We'll make it. We'll make it. Okay. I guess I should just pull all the whole stitch. Let me just pull this all out and start over again. Okay. All right. So it was my bobbin stuff that was giving me an issue. I was getting a nest under my foot. Okay. We don't want a nest. I'm going to try this again. All right. It's doing it again. Why is it doing that, Linda? It's, we're going to take the bobbin out and take a look. See, we're learning a lot of things. It's okay. It's like Bob Ross said, we're just having happy accidents that are helping us troubleshoot our machine and help other people. And that's what we're here for, to help other people. Okay. I'm going too fast. Linda, this machine goes so fast. I'm pressing so lightly on the pedal. It goes so fast, Linda. It's Speedy Gonzalez. Hi, Lotus Spider. Thank you. I would take the bobbin out and put it back in. That's just what I was going to do. Thank you, Lotus Spider. That's what I just said. I'm going to try to do that right now. Thank you for your help, Lotus. You know what, Lotus? I may need to get some more. I have preloaded bobbins. I didn't realize that's one. Do you think I should? I don't know. Let's see what we got in there. Lotus Spider, do you think I should put a new bobbin in there? I have, let me see. See, I have these. Should I put a new one in, Lotus? I'm going to put a new one in, right, Lotus? Let's just do a new one. The heck with it. Let's throw caution to the wind. Okay, good. Let's put a new bobbin in there. And that those I also I also got these at the Featherweight shop, and they're so super handy because they're Egyptian cotton and they're pre-wound featherweight bobbins. So if you have a featherweight, those are really great. And so let me make sure I get my thread here. And this is going to go counterclockwise, right? Okay, so we have that. Now let me put this back in the bobbin case. Okay, put that down. Now let's make sure we've got our now let's get this off. Okay, now always towards you. Okay, now pull it up. Here it is. Uh-oh. Hold on a minute. I lost it. I wonder, Lotus Spider, what do you think is going on here? I wonder if it's this walking foot that's causing a problem because, let me see something. I wonder if it is this walking foot, Lotus foot, that's causing me this problem. I'm going to move this a little bit. I'm not making connection there. Hold on. Let me make sure that my bobbin is in there right. And it's not in there right. Okay, hold on a minute. Get in there. I think I put you in wrong. Hold on a minute. I think I had it in the wrong way. All right, let me see here now. Clockwise. Let me cut this. It's too long. Okay. And let me. All right, now I think it's in the right way. What is going on? I have never had this problem. Okay, now I see it. Now I see the bobbin thread. Come on. What happened to you? Come on, you're embarrassing me on live. But Lotus says I would take, I'm not an expert. Okay, Lotus, let me see. I'm going to see what's going on with this. This is weird. Okay, so here's my bobbin, right, case. There it is. That's on the back. Now I put this in like that, right? Because it's going to go counterclockwise. Isn't that correct? And I bring it over to here and push it up like that, right? Then I take this little doohickey and I go down here and put it in. What the heck? Hold on a moment. Why is it not going? Let me see here. Put that like that. There we go. Okay. Flip down that. Let's try this again. Now, I think I see the bobbin thread now. Okay. There we go. All right. That was fun. Not. Okay, let me cut this now. And let's try this a third time. So let me make sure that I want to cut my threads, because if you have a lot of loose threads, then they can get caught in your feed dogs. And that's the way the guy at the Featherweight said you could get stuff behind your bobbin. All right, let me figure out what we're doing here. We're putting this one like sides here, like this. And we're gonna sew. Okay. Now, come on now, be good to me now. I don't even know if I want to even do that, right? Let's put my, is my needle in? I think my needle was already in there. Okay, hold on. All right, now Linda, watch. I don't know how to make this machine go slow. It has one speed and it's like freaking fast, Linda. It's just freaking fast. That's the speed it is. Okay, so that worked. Okay, now let me cut the threads over here. Got threads all over my pants. All right, so that worked. That was there. Okay. Now we have to go and do something else. Okay, so Linda, I think I'm just going to go like that. And I'm going to do another one because it's really difficult if I don't. Shouldn't I just do the next one? Okay. I think the next time I would do 3 and then do 3 and put the 3 on together. That's what I'm going to do from now on, because I think it's a lot easier. Okay. I love watching Project Runway. Well, this is not Project Runway, I'll tell you that much. Okay, this is Project, I don't know. I don't know what project this is. I really don't. All right. Now, don't you dare. Don't you dare. Why is it doing that? It's giving me like, okay. See what I mean, Linda? It goes so fast. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Okay. So, you ever see the people, they just do the chain and they just keep going. But I know this isn't a chain. And this is longer, Linda. How is that happening, Linda? After I make 3, well, that's what I said before. Yeah, I don't think, yeah, you must have been behind in the chat. Let me see what's going on here. I was gonna try to do this, but I want to see what's going on. Yeah, I've got a problem, Linda. This is not good. I can't do it like this. I'm gonna have to take these out. You can't do it like this. I've got to do all 3 at the same time. All right, no problem. No problem. That's how we learn. That's how we learn. It's okay. That's how we learn. That's how Betsy Ross learned. And Betsy Ross is related to Bob Ross. She was the first one to say happy accidents. She was his great-great-grandmother. And she actually taught Bob Ross how to paint. And did you know that they were distantly related to Dorothy Hamill and George Hamilton? And Betsy Ross was always telling George Hamilton to stay out of the sun, but he never listened. Okay, let me get this here. Okay. Sorry, I'm just taking out these seams here. Because sometimes you have to start over to get it right, and that's okay. That's okay. Yeah, I did make 3 first. Okay. It's all right. We've got a lot of time. There's one. I just have to take the other one off, and then we'll just sew up the 3 and sew them on together. It's okay. It's really okay. Frank's surgery went very well, for those of you that are wondering. And Sandy has him walking every hour so he doesn't get blood clots. And of course, she's being Florence Nightingale. So, prayers for a pain-free night. I hope he's not in too much pain or any pain. Hey, sonny boy, is that the Chattanooga choo-choo? My 100-year-old aunt is supposed to be coming up. Just got off the phone with Gia because we're going to spend 4th of July with her. Gia's such a sweetie. And Gia and I have something planned, like I said, for July 12th. July 12th. Okay, let me get this now here. It rained today. It rained today. Okay. Sorry, I'm cutting the seam because I'm being really careful. And I want to get my rock tumbler, like I told Frilly at I was going to say Tractor Supply. No, Harbor Freight. And I'm going to start doing some of the nice quartz rocks, the pink quartz and stuff that I find in the lake. Start tumbling them. Because they're pretty as they are. Sometimes they have like, but I can imagine with a little polish, they'll be beautiful. Okay. All right, so I'm going to leave my 3 blocks like that over there, and I'm going to make another 3 block. Okay, so let me look at which, what I want to do here. Okay, so we got this one. Let's do this one. These are just practice, you know. Okay. Now, does anybody know how I can make the machine go lower? You're worried about the fabric fraying. Fabric fraying? Okay. Well, we're going to sew it all together. And I have to tell you, this is going really fast, but my seams are nice and straight. And you know what I mean? The seams are very nice and straight. Let's see. So let me see if I've done that right. I did that right. And you know, you're supposed to give them a little press. And I'm just going to cut these strings. And I'm just going to finger press them. We'll give them a press in a little bit. So got that. And then let us put, let's see which one we want to put on there. How about this? Let me see. A little bit. Okay, those are my 3 squares. Put that there. I want to get something a little darker. This, I think I'll use. I feel like I have this in another pattern too. Okay. So that goes like that. We get these extra hoopla strings. Got strings all over my craft / sewing room. It's a mess with strings. Okay. I don't know why my machine goes so fast, Linda. It's like me moving on. Okay. All right, so I've got now another set of 3. So that's a set of 3. And I've got a set of 3 here. Okay. So I'm going to do one more set of 3, and then I'm going to put them together. You can do a quilt as you go too, but I'm going to do a quilt as you go with coasters like I did. I'm going to do that too. But let me make another set of 3. Okay. So I'm going to use that one. I'm going to use this one. This one and this one. Let's see. Okay, now I'm going to do one more block. Let's see. All right. Let me see here. You know what? I'm going to show you something, but I'm going to leave it as a happy accident. This one piece of fabric, it sewed it on the wrong side because it looked so similar, but you really can hardly tell. And I'm going to just leave it like that, like a Bob Ross happy accident. And so I'm leaving it. So I'm leaving it as a happy accident. Okay. Is that okay that I leave it as a happy accident? It's just going to be, this is just practice. It's really just about getting to know the machine and doing the seams. That's all it is. It's just practice. We can have a happy accident. It's okay. Just having a happy accident, Linda. I'm leaving it that way because you can barely tell the difference. So I've got, do I have three? I have 3 sets of 3. Now I'm going to trim off my things. And then, so I have these 3 sets of 3 right here, right? Now I'm going to put these together, right? So let me just see something. Okay, I want to put this one like this. So I know you've got to press your seams to the side. So I'm going to like finger press them. Let me see here. So you have to open them up, right? And press them. So those have to be like that. And the ones back here need to be like this. Okay, hold on a second. So that's going to go like that. All right. And I want to make sure that we've got these like that. Those are going to go like that. And these are going to go like that. So I should put a little clip on that, you know, my little clips. But okay. You know what? Okay, yeah, that's right. Thought I made a mistake. I didn't want to have another happy accident. Okay, now watch, Linda. Why can't I make this go slower? No, this is not a new, this is a sewing machine from the This is called a Singer Featherweight Lotus Spider. It is, they're highly sought after machines. They only sew straight stitches. And this one is from 1960, 1960 something. And this machine is like a $1,400 machine, and I got it for $85 at this very high-end thrift store that everything in that store was priced so high, but they didn't know what this was. Yeah, I lucked out. I got it last year around this time. So look how far I've come in a year, right? When you think you're not making any progress. And I've joined featherweight groups and stuff. And I go to the featherweight shop and all that stuff. Okay, and it's okay if it's like a little over because you're going to trim the whole square. Once you get everything together, you'll trim it. Okay. So look, there's 2. Now we're going to do 3. And it's not perfect, but it's not supposed to be perfect. I'm probably going to use this for a journal cover, like a junk journal cover. So it's okay. Because that's what it's going to be. This is not going to be a quilt. This is going to be just, you know, fun and games. It's all fun and games until, right? Until somebody gets... Okay, so that's going to go that way. This seam is going to go this way. Okay. Yeah, this is going to be a junk journal cover. So like I said, it's not like I want to learn how to do things and then just use them for... Hold on, I have to come over. Stay still, stay still. Tell my little machine. Stay still. Okay. There, we did it. We did 9 squares, Linda. And that's enough for a cover. Hold on, let me get this. Spread out here like this. Okay, now is it perfect? No, but it's going to be a junk journal cover. So I'm going to put a little batting behind it. And little batting, and I don't know if I need a fabric behind it if it's going to be a junk journal cover. So, but at least I practice my seams and stuff, you know. So we did that. Now I want to make a little quilt as you go coaster, because I have some little, let's see here. There are some little pieces of fabric, and you can do this with your scrap fabric. So what I'm going to do is, watch. I have a piece right here that I have cut somewhere. Where did I put you, little piece of batting? So I bought a whole roll of this batting that I use for like little quilt as you go projects. With these little coasters that I've been making, and that's been helping, me with things. And then I have little templates here, so I trim them up after. And then I've got that mat that I bought that has the slits if I want to go wild. Okay, let me get my little batting squares because I had some right when I started. They're probably, oh, here they are. Okay, so I have some, I'm going to trim them up after, okay? So I'm not going to worry about squaring them up now because we're going to trim it all after. And what we do is we need a piece of fabric for the back and then a piece, and I had that, let me see. I've got a piece here. I've got to cut a piece of this. Let's see. Let me just cut something that will fit. This is from when I made the whole family shirts. I made everybody these reindeer shirts one year for Christmas. Everybody. Me, Jimmy, Ray, Allie, Michael, Ethan, and Luke. Everybody. We took a family picture with them. Yep. Okay. Let me just grab my pinking shears for a minute. Hold on. Okay. Okay, this is going to be really now. Really keep in mind that I don't care that it doesn't have to be even now. Not at all. Not at all, because we are going to cut this. Once we have it sewed, we're going to square it up. Okay? So this is going to be a quilt as you go. So we have the batting and we have the backing. And now, what I usually like to do is to just go through some scraps. And see, this is another project I made. This is going to be journal covers too. I was practicing jelly roll, right? Seams. Okay, so we're gonna go get, I had some fabric, scrappity scraps. Okay, here's a scrappity scrap. Here's some scrappity scraps. So let me cut this one. And I'm just, you can cut them in strips, you can cut them however you like it. And then you just go and you sew your first strip down, and then you do what you do best. This one. So you can cut them in 1 inch, you could cut them in 2 inch, you could just cut. But what I'm going to do here, where's my, I'm going to leave an overhang. There we go. And then I'm going to just, where's my ruler and my rotary cutter? Hold on, I'm going to put my, got to work on this side. Move to the side there. Okay. And Let's see. Where's my... Okay. This is the one. Okay. So what I do is I'm going to do it on the diagonal, and I'm going to start with this one. And I'm just going to go down. How do I usually do this? No, I don't do it like that. I put two fabrics together first. Okay, so let me get another stripe. See, I already forget how we do this. That's crazy. I need another piece of fabric, which we have right here. Let's see if we have something I can use here. If not, I'm going to have to go to my other stashy. Oh, here we go. Over here is my other stash. All right. Okay. Let me just give this a cut. And they don't all have to be the same width. This is like a scrappy coaster. So anything really goes. Let me just make sure that, ouch, what did, over here. Get over here. Okay. 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 So we're going to lift up. And then that'll be like that, right? So we'll pull that over and just hand press it down. And then we're going to put another strip on that side. I had a little strip. A little strip. Where are you, little strip? Where are you, little strip? Let's see what we got here. Do we have something to play with over here? That will fit. Let me see if I can cut that. Okay. All right, let me trim this one. Okay. All right, so we've got another strip here. So that's going to go on like that. So these are like those coasters I showed you I made. This is how I did them. Okay, so then we've got that. We pull that over, and now we've got 3 there. Hi, Billy Boy Blue. Where are you? All the cool kids are here, and you've left us. That's not nice, Billy. Where have you been? All the cool kids are over here, Billy. We're making coasters. Isn't that nice? How you doing, Billy? How's it going? How is it going? Okay, I need another piece of fabric. Let's see which one I'm going to take. I was just thinking about you the other day. I thought I'd never see you again. You know what? I'm seeing so many people, Billy, that I haven't seen in so long. I think my algorithms are changing. It's algorithms, they are a-changing. And I think my peoples are finding me again. Peoples. My sweetie peoples. Okay. What did I do, Billy, with that other thing? How's it going, Billy? Are you still cooking like a machine there? I need to get another. Where the heck did I put my scraps? My scrapples. Okay, I've got more purple, but I can't do another purple there. Where the heck? Should we do a pink? Should we just go scroll and do a pink? Why not? Why not? All right, hold on. Let me get a, let me cut some pink here. How's the weather up by you, Billy? Are you getting big storms and stuff? Hey, Billy boy, you ever see your Your lady with a K? You know who I mean. You ever see her around anymore? If you do, tell her that I miss her. Let me see here. Okay, let's see here. Cut this across. All right. Okay. Hi, Bucky Ann. Jay fell off the loop last night. What? He fell off the what? Hold on a minute. What did he fall off? The stoop. He broke his ankle? Oh no. I hope he's okay. Is he able to drive? Nope. For how long, Bucky? Is it his right foot? See how nice that sews so straight? It's his right ankle? Yikes. That sucks. That is sucky. That is super sucky. How did he fall? Was he delivering something? Did he trip over something? Did it happen when he was delivering at somebody's stoop, or is it your stoop? No, he's a klutz, our own stoop. Ah. How long till he can get back to driving, Bucky Ann? Hi, Captain Lee. It's just a coaster. It's just, I'm practicing. It's a quilt as you go. And just practice, you know. And you can, like I said, you can do it with any strips, and then you make little coasters and you can put them in the wash and they're great. You know, Ethan can take, well, I wouldn't give him the pink and purple, but Gia, my daughter, I do those and then make some for Ethan for college. You pop them in the wash and you just can use up scraps. They're like little mug rugs or something. Some people call them mug rugs. Okay, let's see. I have to put something on the other side. What's it all about, Alfie? I've got a little one here. Let's see. I think this might work. What's it all about? Yeah, that'll work. How's it going, Captain Lee? If you want to be a moderator, Captain Lee, let me know. Oh, I did make you one. Okay, good. I'm losing it, Captain Lee. I'm losing it. I don't even know when I'm making moderators, but yeah, no, I knew I was going to. I thought I didn't. I thought you left too early last night. What's it all about? Okay. Let's see this now. You what? You hate sewing machines, did you say? Yeah, but I didn't, you know, do that terrific. We only had 7th grade. I learned a lot on YouTube. I learned my first thing was a pillowcase dress because I had tried just to, I got a sewing machine, a brother, and then I just tried to use a pattern that was before YouTube. And it was really difficult. But then when YouTube came along, and then I started making birthday shirts for the kids. And then I made these reindeer shirts for everybody at Christmas, like the applique on them. I have a reindeer with all different patterns. And then I did a pillowcase dress, and it was all from YouTube. If it wasn't for YouTube, I probably wouldn't have even learned to sew. And like this stuff I've learned from YouTube. Watch people make scrappy things, quilt as you go, all that stuff. And it's just fun. Give it a try. Just, yeah. So much easier on YouTube when you watch someone doing it and everything. There's a lady that's super nice at She Sews Seams. She's super nice. Really, really friendly voice and just makes you feel great. What was I doing? I need another piece of fabric. So I think I'm going to finish with, I don't care. I'm going to use another piece of the polka dot. Let me see. Okay. YouTube is how I learned crochet. Yeah, I'm telling you, YouTube is where a lot of people learn to do a lot of things, fix cars, do all kinds of stuff. That's going to have to go on the end. I need a little strip for, where's my little strip? Where is my little strip? Okay. If I do this, then I'll get there and I'll still need a teeny tiny little shiny one. All right. Okay. Let me see how much I need for this. About that much. That much. So, if you missed it, P. Diddy, they have a verdict on 2, 3, 4, and 5, but they cannot reach a verdict on the racketeering, which is the first charge, and it is the heaviest charge. And a lot of people are saying, like Jimmy and I think that it might be a not guilty that they've already reached. And that's what I'm scared of. And when because the defense is really pushing them to get a verdict, and I think that's because the defense think that they've got not guilty. That's what I think, because I don't think they would be pushing them if they thought that they found him guilty. And when you have money like that, they put enough information of the jurors out that, like, you know, this so-and-so is this old and she lives here and she works in a deli, and if somebody wants to find out who somebody is, they could easily find out. They're in court every day with his family is in court every day, you know, with these people. That's what I'm worried about. And a lot of people are worried about it. They have a lot of money, and these people, a lot of money could change their lives, right? A lot of money could really change their lives. And, you know, when someone's trying to take care of their family or something, and, you know, I don't know. I'm not saying that that's what's happening, but I'm saying I don't know. I'm saying it's scary. But then, on the other hand, you would think if that was the case, then they wouldn't be locked up, right? I mean, deadlocked, not locked up, deadlocked. So this is one of the pieces that I did when I made those reindeer shirts for everybody. I believe I used this for something because this is very familiar to me. So being that that's very familiar to me, and a nice little, I want to use it in here. So it's going to be perfect to use over here for the end. But yeah, I don't know. It scares me. Not going to lie. But that the other thing that's, you know, it does not make sense. Then why would they be deadlocked if they were getting paid? Unless they're trying to make it look, unless they're really going through an elaborate scheme and trying to make it look like nobody was, you know, bribed. So when you get to the end, you have something like this. Then you've got to make it into a square. So here's the back, okay? The back is pretty squared off. So what I do is I'm going to go trim this up right now. Let's see here what I'm going to trim this up here. I'm going to move my machine a little bit because I need to get this here. Okay. And I have to make sure. I just want to trim this up and then we're going to put a binding and we have to press it, but you see what I mean? So I don't know if you can see. That's one side and I've got to press it, but I just want to trim it up a little bit so that I can that purple, yeah, that reminds me, I think that is from the reindeer. It seems very familiar, so. And then we're going to quilt it too. We're going to run seams down. We're going to go over that. It is quilted, but okay. So far I'm getting like, what is that? I just want to trim this other side over here. Okay. Okay. So let's see now. Now I'm going to, let me see, move this along here. And I'm going to sew around the edges. And still, we can still trim it up. And I don't like go crazy, but I'm going to sew down here on the edges. I know I could just pivot, right? And turn there. Oh, hi, little Brittle. You like your Kenmore? I have a Kenmore too upstairs. My mother always liked Kenmores. Okay. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I think my course, right? At the end, we've got to have a catastrophes. You know, it wasn't a catastrophes. It's not too much of a catastrophes. It didn't just give us a little, we got almost to the end. Give us a little issue. We'll fix that. Cut some of these strings here. Because I still have to square this off. I can't work under my, whatchamacallit? Under my, tripod very well. Ouch. I've got strings all over me. So let's see here. Still there. Where's our bobbin? What's up with this? What's up with this? What's going on? Hold on a minute. Where's our bobbin? Don't tell me, maybe our bobbin's out of, could our bobbin be out of thread already? I doubt it, right? But I see that our, let's check it out. No, it's got plenty. All right, let's try it again. There it is. There's our bobbin thread. Okay. All right, let's just do the, where's our other side here? Here we go. Get these threads out of here. All right. Uh-oh, why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? That's not good. That means my bobbin is giving me a freaking problem. Bobbin thread. I'm gonna cut that off. See what's going on. If something got caught in there. What's going on? All right. Now I think we've got it. Let's cut this. All right, let me get this out of here. All right. beautiful. Beautiful. All right, so that's, I don't even know what time it is. I've got to go over here because I have to trim this. This I'm definitely going to trim down here. I have to trim, see, hold on a minute. I have to trim this side. But I'm going to have my little bit of that left. Why do I have to trim that side? You know what? I don't, where do I have another little piece of, hold on a minute. I'm going to do a little something. And this is the nice thing about it. You can add something, you can take something. I want to add something. So watch what I'm going to do here. You can add something, you can take something away. Now, I could have stitched in the ditch with my foot, but I didn't. And now I want to cut this off here. Okay. And I have to sew over here because Linda, why is my machine sewing so quickly? It's a fast machine. I don't think there's any way to slow it down. I don't know. There probably is. There probably is. Okay, so then you can trim it. You can put a binding on it, which I'm going to do another day, but I'm going to trim it up too and square it off. I want to do it when I get my big ruler, you know, but it's a little coaster and they're really cute when they're done. I showed you the other two that I did. I've got to cut all these threads off. But yeah. Excuse me. Choking on thread. And I had coffee here. I forgot about it. I had a headache before because I don't think I had an ample amount of caffeine. Now I feel like I'm going to go make myself an iced coffee. But you don't even have to you don't have to obsess over these, especially if you're going to use them as coasters. You can just put a binding on them, or sometimes, you can just sew on them. You don't even need a binding, but I want to put a binding on them because of the batting. So, but it's like that, right? And you got a coaster. I'm going to square them up and put a binding on them. But I hope that you guys enjoyed that. High Speed Drifter, you just spent a year in Lubbock, Texas, which you really liked. Oh, that's nice, High Speed. I'm having iced coffee. That's not supposed to be iced coffee. You can have 70 degrees one day, then a blizzard the next. Aha. So that was fun. We did a lot today. We made a cover for a junk journal. That's going to be a cover on a junk journal. So we did a 9-piece square, and then we did another coaster. And the coasters are fun, and I just have to square it up. And I could have done better with squaring it up if I hadn't had the tripod, but that's all right. Then I'm going to put bindings on, and I'll show you how to do bindings. Bindings, bindings, bindings. Let's see. Where are you that you can't see things? Where you are in Illinois? Huh. Right now I'm sweating. But it's not that it's, I don't know. I've just started to really have like severe hot flashes. Isn't that crazy? Like I'll wake up at night and I'll just be like sweating, and then it's like so hot, and then 2 minutes later I have to put like the fan on, and then I'm like cold. Hi, High Speed. I mean, hi. You did a hack today. The dowel in your closet was missing. I got an adjustable pole for $1.25 at Dollar Tree. Problem solved. Hey, good. They are the worst. The hot flashes, right, Frilly? Yeah, and I haven't really had them before, but like in the last, I don't know, month or so, they've been happening to me. Okay. So yeah. It's fun. I'm gonna go and make some more little seams, quilt a little bit more on it, but I think I did okay. I'm happy with what I did today. Hi, High Speed. Oh boy. Oh boy. Well, I've got threads all over me. That's the problem. Right? And then you gotta get them all up. My pants are all full of freaking lint now. Oh my goodness. Got a lint roller. Got threads all over me. Never had, either did I. I don't, don't speak too soon. Either did I. And then I did. It's like you're just sweating. Just like, you're just sitting there and all of a sudden you're just sweating profusely. Like my face. It's my face. In the back of my neck. Crazy. I said it's crazy. Yeah, I'm going to do true crime. I am going to do true crime. What time is it? Let me see. Should I look at my watch? Probably. It's 12. It's 12:20. Doodly doodly do. Is that doing that? I think I will. I think I will. Hey, look, Bucky Ann. This is my little Sophie Sina, the one that used to come in the little box. I'm pretty sure this is the one that came in. Why is she just here like that? Mine used to have a little box. How'd she get here? I wonder if she came here or she was into something else. This is my Sophie Sina. Pretty sure this is my niece used to take it home all the time. She came in a little box. She was called the Sophie Sina. Okay. This little bluebird I have over here too. I have lots of stuff in my sewing room. An eggplant over there. I have my brother's sewing machine over there. A music box. I have a bunch of stuffs. A bunch of stuffs. So I don't know. So I mean, I ended up getting this and not probably really needing this. Maybe I'll need it some other time. I'm gonna have to read up why it goes under there. Maybe I can't use it for a 1/4 inch. I don't know. Maybe I have to move something. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what I have to do. I have to do something, right? But I don't want to get up right now. I don't know. I got these cardboard boxes that I have all flattened, Bucky, for junk journal covers. And I made this quilted thing, Bucky. I'm going to use this as a junk journal cover. And I have another one, but I'm going to use this for the cover of one. I'm going to use that. Oh, and then I want to change the bottom of my machine. I got something else from the Featherweight shop. Oh, here it is. I've got to get the lint roller because it's felt and I've got threads all over it, but it's a new bottom for that. And it gets all that machine oil and stuff that, because it's from 1961, you want to have a nice fresh machine. So I'm going to be doing that too on this. And for right now, I'm just going to put my thumbnail on that my thumb screw, my thumbnail. Come on. Stop being silly. So like I said, it rained. You wouldn't believe all the stuff we've been doing. Can't believe it's going to be the 4th of July. 4th of July. What's this? I've got these squares, yeah. Those squares. I don't feel like moving right now. Is that bad? Is that bad that I don't feel like moving? Hi, 61. I don't feel like getting up and moving right now. Look at this. Remember I made this a long, long time ago. It's one of my first ones. I can still remember. So anyway, P. Diddy was found, they found a verdict on counts 2, 3, 4, and 5. But they are deadlocked on count 1, which is the racketeering charge. The prosecution and the defense wants them to go back and deliberate. They broke for the day. They're coming back at 9 in the morning. But I'm thinking that because the defense was pushing so hard, I'm getting a feeling that 2, 3, 4, and 5 might be not guilty. They didn't tell us high speed, but because of the defense pushing for them to reach a verdict, I'm thinking that it's not guilty. But they said that the sides are non-persuadable, unpersuadable, and they're at opposite sides. The people are unpersuadable and they're on opposite sides. That's for count 1. That is for count 1. That's the most serious charge, the racketeering. And then Kohlberger's plea deal is tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But the Gonsalves family is furious. The Coronado family is furious. But the Chapins are okay with it. And Madison Mogen's dad is okay with it. And I don't think the other members of the Mogen family have made a statement yet. I think they're waiting until after Wednesday. I know that I believe the Gonsalves family is asking people to call the Ada County Courthouse and ask them not to take his plea. I don't know. I think they're going to take his plea. And I mean, you've got 4 families there. 2 very upset. 2 are okay with it. Tough situation, you know? Tough situation for the families. On one hand, he's going to admit his guilt. So it's not like, I mean, like Murdaugh or something like that, where he can be convicted and still claim that he's innocent. Hi, Gail. How are you? You're so out of touch. I really need to catch up. Oh, wow. How are you feeling? Are you still in the hospital? I hope everything's going well for you, Gail. We're praying for you. Yeah, and prayers for Frank Rusak, too. He just had his knee replacement, and surgery was very successful. But, you know, you're going to be in pain and stuff like that. So prayers for speedy recovery. And, oh, yeah, Bucky's husband, he just broke his ankle. So prayers for him. Speedy recovery. Right? And we had a lot of people stopping by that we haven't seen in a while in the last few nights. And Billy Boy Blue, he came here to blow his horn. We had Lady Elaine this afternoon. Yeah. We've had Little Brittles with us. New viewer, Little Brittle. Welcome, Little Brittle. We've had a lot of new viewers, new subscribers. And like I said, Karen McCann, I've seen back. Who else did I see that I haven't seen in a long, long time? There are quite a few people. Quite a few. Quite a few. There was somebody today, Scooter was teasing with that we hadn't seen in a long time. A lot of nice to see a lot of the old. Oh, Bridget, our moderator, Bridget, FAFO. She's a badass now. She wants everybody to know who she is because the haters were talking about her and said that she left me. Just because they didn't see her in a while, that means she left me. No, she didn't leave me. She has a little thing called life, but she was here today and she added that to her name. That's when they had said that, they're spouting off their mouth that she left. So she added the FAFO. So, Isabel L the other night and last night, and she's getting back into it. Who else did we have? Quite a few people that hadn't seen in a while. Some lady said, "Oh my gosh, I haven't been able to find you yet. My algorithms have been messed up, but I think they're coming into their own. More and more people are finding us again. So that's good. That's good. And really said sometimes we are listening and doing stuff and don't mean we aren't, yeah, but the haters don't get it. Right, just like Lady Elaine. Lady Elaine says, I've been here, I'm always a rambler, always. And I've been around, I just haven't been in the chat. Oh boy. The haters need to get a life, don't they? They really do. They really do. It's scary just how much they need to get a life. I lurk too sometimes. I just listen. But I have double vision. I don't bother writing because I can't see. Yeah, I get that. I get that. I get it. So Frilly sent me a, want to hear this one? Okay, Frilly sent me a video. The woman, I guess she has a business. I think she sells organic vegetables and things, and doesn't believe in, and rightfully so, I feel the same way. I don't believe in the Roundup pesticides at all. I don't believe in pesticides like that on my vegetables, especially things that we're going to consume. When I grow things, Miracle Grow is what I'll use. And, I'll use, there's like, if you say, let's say, had a problem with aphids or something, you could put like a soapy solution on something. You don't have to use like these crazy pesticides. So she doesn't either. And apparently, she's on, I guess it was from TikTok. And she had to call the police because someone, I guess, also maybe somebody that has produce, but believes in all those pesticides, Roundup, blah, 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 and followed her on Facebook and started to blackmail her that if she didn't stop talking about, not using those chemicals and yada, 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 that he was going to keep stalking her and keep problems. And they hate that we support you. I know, Frilly. They love to say like, oh, everybody's got their foot out the door. Yeah, okay, because they're running to you, right? Yep. Yeah, sure. They're so full of themselves. They lie so freaking much. I think the lightning is going to strike them down. They lie so much they're going to combust or something with their pants on fire because they lie like nobody's business. And they think that, you're not fooling anybody, okay? because your lies don't work here, because everybody knows this is not the Hotel California's. Nobody's holding people here. People are here because they want to be here. They're not harassed if they leave. And all of your BS, it only works on their own fellow haters, because anybody that's here that knows that. Okay, so good luck with, oh yeah, they got their foot out the door, but they're so scared. No, that doesn't work, because nobody's so scared here, okay? If somebody wants to leave, they can leave. So go sell that to somebody else. Wow, it's just scary. It's scary how much they believe their own lies and they try to sell them to other people. It's sick. So it's all games. It's just nothing but mind games. Anyway, so they did this to this lady, and it's really scary because they keep telling her if she doesn't start saying and get it, you love the voice, that they're going to get off, then, you know, oh, look at the haters. Thanks for the engagement, guys. That's really good. They've come in to put laughing faces. Don't you understand what that makes you look like? You think we're hurt by laughing faces? All it shows is that you're here. All it shows is that you're here and you're watching and you're a fan and you can't stop watching. And every time you click that button, you're engaging. Do you know that? You're helping the algorithms. Keep engaging. Keep engaging. So they're following her around and they're telling her she better take that stuff down and just being crazy with her. So social media is going to start really cracking down on these people, especially because of the YouTubers that were murdered at the Bellagio, the YouTuber that took her life over bullying. They're going to see that this bullying is not just for children, but that adults are being bullied, and people that, you know, are on a spectrum are getting bullied, and they're adults and it's causing them issues. And so there's going to be a rehaul. There has to be, because there's too much stuff happening. And this bullying, these channels that go on and on and on and on, and are attacking people, attacking their businesses, their brands, everything. Yeah. They will be held accountable. The laws, they are changing. And this one woman is asking, you know, I think for people to get together and cause social media to these platforms to have a zero tolerance for any of this. And sadly, it's like I always said, people have to get murdered. And it's sad, though. It is always has to be that way. Always. Then people could complain all the time, but it's not until people die that something has changed. Lots of people fight in real life after arguing online. Exactly. And it's happening more and more, High Speed Drifter. And you know what? All of these people, like, I know especially when I first started doing YouTube, there were so many people that kept saying, like, YouTube is not real life. The internet is not real life. The only people that said the internet is not real life were people that wanted to do bad things and wanted to have some kind of soothe their conscience that, oh, it's okay. Behind my keyboard, I can do this stuff because the internet is not real life. And that's the thing. The internet is real life. It's as real life as anything else. You hurt a person on the internet the same way you can hurt a person in real life. And then when it transfers over, it's real life. And the only people that say it isn't real life are the people that are perpetrating these attacks and everything else. And They just think they're going to get away with it, and they're not. They're not. And the internet, like YouTube, should not allow any anonymous accounts, and people get crazy. No, it doesn't mean that everybody has to put their real name out there, but YouTube has to know their real name. Okay. And they have to know that what you do here, you're going to be held accountable. So if you're bullying someone or you're telling someone worse, they're a waste of life or something, and this and that person takes their own life or does something, they're going to start being held accountable. And that's the whole thing. And they don't like that. They don't want to hear that. They want to have the ability to just go create another profile and come in and troll. And that's what they do, and that's where they want to be, and that's the dark side of YouTube. But no. Nope. Hi, Bank. How are you? All kinds of things that are done for harassment. People who they go after people in their family. They, all of that. That's not going to be tolerated either. The times are changing. They certainly are, and it's about time. You're doing okay, Bink? I was sewing tonight. I made a quilted block square that I'm going to use for a junk journal cover, and I made another coaster. And then I talked a little bit about P. Diddy. They're deadlocked on charge number 1, the racketeering charge. But I'm starting to think that maybe the other ones are not guilty for the defense to want it resolved so quickly, because I think if they thought they were guilty, they would hold out and let the jury be hung, right? So that scares me. That scares me. I don't know. I just don't know. So. That's all we need is what? For Diddy to be acquitted? Hi, Jane Grill. Truth really wasting and consuming all the time on hate is nuts. Yeah. You know what? And they're the ones that are, missing out on life. But if you don't have a meaningful life, I guess they feel they're not missing out on life because they thrive on hate. They thrive on it. So, yeah. They thrive on it. Absolutely. And so I don't know. I mean, it's there's no dress rehearsal in life. It can be over so quickly. Right? Yeah, but it's not fooling anyone. And why And what about his wife, Kim? What about her? What about her? You mean you think that he, hold on, let me see. Oh, I'm going to put this a little closer to me. Hold on. What do you think, Ed Spink? What do you think? Definitely he did her in. Yeah, didn't she die of like pneumonia and then Jamie Foxx? Yeah, that's another one. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely. I love it. I love the hoop jumpers. I love it. Our lives are so boring. They're just creating profiles to talk here and lie here. I love it. They only realize how it makes them look, but they just don't get it. And they think their silly lies, they don't have a shred of proof. There's absolutely no truth to what they say. And they just think if they say it as many times and they get a bunch of people to say it, it makes it the truth. That's not the way the truth works. And that's definitely not the way it works in a court of law. Your Honor, I have 50 people in here that say the sky is made of marshmallows. And I heard that if a lot of people are saying it, it must be true. Is that right, Your Honor? Yeah. Yell in your dreams, in your marshmallow rainbow dreams. So entirely immature and ridiculous. What about J-Lo? I don't know. I think they said J-Lo, I don't know if she had something to do with it, that it was, I know it's Bank. They can't quit us. They can't quit us. And they're so butthurt. They're so butthurt that they're not here anymore. They can't quit us. She handed him the gun. Yeah, I don't know about that. I heard that that was all dropped. I think that was already the done deal. Done deal. A done deal. Done deal. There are pics of J-Lo in bed with Diddy, and who was it? I don't know. But you know, there's so, you got to be careful of pictures so much now with all that AI crap, right? Brittany Murphy dated Diddy and died. I didn't know she dated Diddy, but I knew she died like that. And I have heard that he might have had something to do with that. I did hear that. I did hear that. I did. What do you think about the Koberger plea deal? Yeah, in a way, I think the families will come around. It's just because he's going to admit his guilt. And I know they wanted a trial and all this stuff, but hopefully the discovery will be released. All of that will come out so they can see whatever they had. And but I just think he is admitting his guilt. And if they got a trial, he may never have done that. He may have been convicted, but just like Murdaugh say he didn't do it, right? Karen Carpenter developed a fatal eating disorder after being called chubby by someone in the music business. She was never fat. Yeah. Sorry if I missed much. My internet was out. Yeah, my ouch. I think there's like something with our internet, our not our internet, or like phone, like on the mobile phones today and yesterday, and talking to people, and it's never been so like sketchy with connections. I don't know if it's due to the storms. I don't know what's going on, but something is definitely a mess. And did you know that JFK and it was two or three other major airports were closed on Monday due to the weather, the severe thunderstorms? And I'm telling you, there's something with the thunderstorms and the lightning this year. More people, it seems, are getting struck that in greater numbers and stuff than it ever has. I don't know what's going on, but I think there's something really crazy. And then you've got July 4th weekend coming up with, get ready, you know what happens, especially in New York. You've got the level usually goes way up to like orange. So be careful. If you're planning anything like Statue of Liberty or something like that, I would refrain. But yeah, I'd refrain, be careful around areas but Washington, it could be anywhere. You don't know what's going on. People are crazy. The weather is crazy for flying. The airlines are still having issues left and right. And now with the storms and everything, freaky things, scary. Especially this year, I would not go to big crowds. Yeah, I hear you, Frilly. I hear you. People are crazy. People are crazy. Hi, Sassy. But people like him using, get what they got. Well, I don't know, Bink. I think he's got a lot of power, a lot of money. He's got a lot of influence. Let's not be mistaken. He's got kids that are grown children that are in the courtroom every single day, that see the jurors every single day. It would not be hard to figure out where they are. Literally, they came out with the jurors' numbers and said where they live, where they work. It's scary if you think that money wouldn't be used to sway. And literally, they could offer life-changing amounts of money, right? And, it's a different day and age. It's a different day and age, and money talks, right? And BS walks.